Okay, so let's talk about something. The lottery. Is it ever worth playing? When it comes to the lottery, no matter which game you play, your odds of winning are vanishing small. Okay, so I guess they're just trying to say it's the odds are against you. For example, the odds of claiming the jackpot in a Powerball drawing are 1 in 292.2 million. To put this in perspective, you have a 1 in 186,978 chance of death or injury from a lightning strike in a given year. Okay. 1 in 46,744 chance of dying from a hornet, wasp, or a bee sting during your lifetime. They're just trying to say the odds are against you. Most people would agree that the likelihood they will suffer any of these misfortunes is pretty minus. Okay, I don't know why they are saying stuff like that. Okay, so here's the key takeaways. Your chances of winning the lottery are extremely low, and they do not increase by playing frequently or upping the amount you bet with each drawing. So, advertised lottery jackpots are the sum of annuity payments winners receive over decades. The alternative lump sum payments are much smaller. Prizes, okay, for 50% to 60% of lottery receipts, which make lottery tickets a terrible investment. Okay, I don't see where they're going with that part. Okay, so lottery operators have reduced the odds of hitting jackpots over time to ensure they grow larger after a number of drawings without a grand prize winner. Okay, I do understand why people don't win. Let's look at it another way. Assume you went to the largest stadium in the world, which happens to be in North Korea. Imagine the stadium was filled to the capacity and everyone inside was entered in a lottery with a single winner. In that case, your odds of winning would be 1 in 150,000. Would you be sitting on the edge of your seat in that stadium as they were announcing the winner? To equal the odds of winning the Powerball jackpot, you would have to fill that same stadium to the capacity of 1,947 more times. Okay, so still not convinced that a life-changing win is an exceedingly long shot? If they were giving away a new home to just one person in the 6 most populous states in the United States, the likelihood of winning would be more than twice as high for the top Powerball prize. Okay. Games, lotteries, play. The odds of winning any of Powerball's prizes, which start as low as $4 with a single ticket, are 1 in 24.9. One thing the lottery site fails to mention is that if you do win a Powerball prize, the odds it will be the minimum $4 prize are excellent, at more than 9 in 10. If you'd like to check that math, start with the total of 292,201,338 possible Powerball number combinations. Using the winning probabilities the lottery provides, there are 11,746,000 possible prize winning combinations. Okay. That's a lot to take in. Okay, so the odds of winning something were lower in those claiming at least a share of the Powerball jackpot were significantly better before the Multi-State Lottery Association, which runs the game on behalf of 38 U.S. states and territories. Okay, so they said change the rules in 2015. That's when they changed it, increasing the number of white balls from 59 to 69, while lowering the number of Powerballs from 35 to 26. So they changed that part. Powerball has been revamped 7 other times in its 23-year history so that the game can continue to be attractive to players by delivering the big jackpot that players want, and these new changes will do just that. Okay, so not to be outdone, Mega Millions, a rival lottery game run by 11 U.S. states, changed its rules for the third time in 21 years in 2017 to make hitting the jackpot harder. Supersized jackpots drive lottery sales, not at least because they earn the games a windfall of free publicity on news sites and newscasts. And the way to ensure they grow apparently newsworthy amounts more often is to make it harder to win the top prize. That makes it more likely it will carry over to the next drawing, increasing the stakes and public interest. Independent probability. Of course, someone has to win the jackpot, but don't let that certainty cloud your judgment. The rules of probability dictate you do not increase your lottery odds by playing more frequently, nor by betting larger amounts on each drawing. Each lottery ticket has the same odds of winning, no matter how many you buy. Each one has independent probability not altered by the frequency of the play or how many other tickets you bought for the same drawing. So they said in 2022, 2.4 billion is the largest lottery jackpot in U.S. history for the Powerball drawing, and that was like in November of that year. So then they said buying more tickets certainly increases the overall likelihood of claiming a prize of some sort, even if it's extremely likely to end up below what you spent on the ticket. Spending $1,000 on Mega Millions tickets carries a nearly 50% probability of getting back $64 or less. A nearly 90% chance the prizes won won't total more than $92, and a 99% likelihood they won't top $554. So what they're trying to say is, if you spend $1,000 on Mega Millions tickets, you still won't even get back what you spent. That the odds are so against you that you might as well use that money and invest it in another way. Then they said when jackpots carry over and grow in size, those who buy tickets to the last drawing can hope to claim some of the money spent by the luckless players on the prior ones. That may initially improve the expected return on a ticket, but as the higher jackpots in attendant, okay. So what they're trying to say is when the jackpot grows, that's when they get publicity, and then that draws in new players, and the likelihood of sharing a jackpot if you win can lower expected returns below those which much lower. I guess they're just saying that you would have to share. Keep in mind that lottery game prizes account for only 50% of lottery tickets like the Powerball. So who plays the lottery? Okay, although the chances of winning the lottery are exceedingly low, that doesn't stop people from playing. U.S. adults spend approximately $338 per person annually on lottery tickets on average in 2023. When a state lottery was introduced in Texas, the number of adults who gambled increased by 40%. Typically, a small minority of heavy players provides most lottery revenue. A Minnesota study found 20% of lottery players accounted for 71% of lottery receipts, which in Pennsylvania of players accounted for 79% of lottery revenue. For some, the lottery is just one of those fun things that we do, a chance to fantasize about winning a fortune at the cost of a couple of bucks. But for others, often those with the least amount of money to spare, playing for these jackpots can become a real budget drain. Numerous studies have found that those with low incomes make a disproportionate share of lottery players. Small wonder critics say lottery games are a disguised tax on those least able to afford it. Then they said, fast fact, Lottery retailers collect commissions on the tickets they sell and also cash in when they sell a winning ticket, usually in the form of an award or bonus. Then they said gambling versus investing. A curious headline appeared on the homepage of the Mega Millions lottery game in 2011. Save for retirement, it read. Anti-gambling groups cried foul at this apparent attempt to spend playing the lottery as a retirement plan. Lottery officials said the promotional campaign was encouraging players to dream about how they would use their winnings, not offering a financial strategy. Then they said, is there a better, more profitable use for money spent on the lottery? Let's look at the numbers. Spending $5 per week on lottery tickets adds up to $260 per year. Well, we all know that most people spend more than that a week on the lottery, if you're normal. Even I did, So over 20 years, a typical long-term investment horizon for stocks and bonds, the total spent on lottery tickets would be $5,200, putting $260 per year into stocks and assuming annual returns of about 7% based on equalities would leave you with $11,000 after 20 years. But if you just spent the money on lottery tickets, you'd only be left with your prizes won. Then they said, of course, the stock market is never a sure thing. Stocks can decline in value as well as appreciate. So let's try a more cautious estimate. Consider someone who contributed $250 annually to individual retirement account, IRA, instead of spending that money on lottery tickets. After 30 years and assuming a conservative average annual return of 4%, the account would be worth $15,392. After 40 years, that number would jump to more than $25,000, and that's before considering tax savings from the tax-deductible IRA contributions. Okay, so then they're talking about lump sum or annuity. Let's say despite the dismissal odds, you do win the lottery and win big, 7 figures big. You're going to face a lot of decisions, and the first one is how to receive the funds. Most lottery offers, such as winners, a choice between lump sum and payout and annuity. The lump sum is a single payment of the prize won over taxes, while the annuity spreads payments over 20 to 30 years. Unlike some annuities that only pay out until the owner's death, for those lottery jackpots are an annuity certain. The payouts continue for a set number of years, and you may benefit them to... Okay, so I guess they're just saying you can pass this over to your future generation of people. So then they're just like, which should you take? Important. 21 states allow winners to remain anonymous. Others may require the disclosure of the winner's name and hometown. Since lottery tickets are purchased anonymously, some jackpot winners have placed their winning tickets in blind trust to protect their privacy. Then they said the case for lump sum payment. Most lottery winners opt for a lump sum payment. I was wondering, is that what most lottery winners do? They want all the money right away, and that is the main advantage of a lump sum. Full and complete access to the entirety of the prize after taxes. Taking a lump sum would certainly make sense for a lottery without hair or the expectation of living long enough to collect decades of annuity payouts. Then they said tax advantage, annuity. Advertised lottery jackpots are the sum of the annuity payments a sole winner would receive over decades. The immediate lump sum payouts offered as a alternative are significantly smaller. For example, the lump sum payout for a 1 billion Mega Millions jackpot in July 2022 was $602.5 million. You may be in a better income tax position if you receive the proceeds as an annuity rather than upfront. Why? Lottery winnings are subject to income tax in the year you receive the money, both federal and state, except for the few states that don't tax winnings. Okay. Say you win 10 million prize. If you take the lump sum option, the entire sum is subject to income tax that year. However, if you choose the annuity options, the payment would be spread out over several decades and would resulting tax bill. Other advantages to annuities, but perhaps the biggest argument for taking an annuity is more tangible to protect you from yourself. A 7-figure windfall is a life-changing event, and not always in a good way. Despite the frequently recounted tales of lottery winners who squander their fortune, most end up richer and no less happy for it. Still, a big windfall from gambling causes some people to lose perspective, and others may face pressure to share it with family and friends alongside. Okay. So let's see what else they're saying. An annuity minimizes such hazards. After all, you can't give away, squander, or otherwise mishandle what you don't have. Taking the money over time provides you with multiple chances to invest it wisely. Even if things go badly the first year, you will have many chances to learn from mistakes, recoup your loss, and handle your affairs better. Then they said, tip, if you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call the National Council or Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-470-100, 1-800-GAMBLER, or visit ncpgambling.org to chat with or speak with a helpline specialist. Then they said, is there a trick to winning the lottery? There is no trick to winning the lottery. There is no magical combination of numbers that will help you beat the odds. Buying extra tickets may help your odds, but the improvement would be so small that it makes it virtually worthless. Then they said, what's the first thing you should do if you win the lottery? Maintain your privacy if possible. Avoid attention. Gives you the time to process what happened and seek financial advice. Always get financial advice before you spend. Enlisting the support of a financial advisor and planner is essential, as is hiring a lawyer for estate planning and a CPA to help with taxes. Then they said estate planning for lottery winners. Taxes are generally withheld from lottery distributions at the time they are paid out. If the winner opts for a lump sum, it can usually be inherited tax-free, since inheritances are rarely taxed. If the payments are still coming in from an annuity, taxes will be withheld. As with other inherited assets, estates taxes may be owed if the estate's value exceeds the exclusion of limit of $13.61 million. Since lottery winnings push many people into the high net worth category, estate taxes may be a factor. In some states, Powerball will convert annuities to lump sum payouts after the winner's death to help manage the resulting tax obligations. Okay, so then they're like, how much are taxes on lottery winnings? Okay, lottery winnings are taxed as ordinarily income by the IRS in the majority of states, excluding those without income tax or those that do not tax state lottery winnings. However, the amount owed will vary based on how much was won, or as an annuity and where you live. So the bottom line is, many people see purchasing lottery tickets as a low-risk investment. Where else can you invest $1 or $2 for the opportunity to win hundreds of millions of dollars? The risk-to-reward ratio is certainly appealing, even if the odds of winning are remarkably slight. But keep in mind that lottery players as a group contribute billions to government receipts. Okay, so that's that part. So we'll take a short break. Okay, so even small purchases of a lottery ticket or two can add up to thousands in foregone savings over the long run. If those purchases turn into a habit, in the likely event you ever do win the lottery, you will want to work with your financial advisor and tax attorney to certified public accountant to determine whether the lump sum payout or annuity is best for you. But if you really care about maximizing your wealth, the only winning move is not to play. Personalized advice when you need it. Put your financial goals in motion with an expert-built portfolio and receive ongoing advice and annuity check-ins to ensure your plan is on track with JP Morgan Personal Advisor. You can get a professionally designed investment portfolio that meets your needs and automatically rebalances the market shifts. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I hope this helps you figure out if the lottery is worth playing.